Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another brilliant, beautiful, glorious day of racing at Gulfstream Park. And also the focus is going to be going a little bit further north besides the live racing at Gulfstream here today and this weekend. We got some stuff going on in Louisville, Kentucky, namely today is Oaks Day, which is into itself something great. And then tomorrow, of course, the Kentucky Derby. Jeff Defo DeForest, are you ready?
I'm ready. I always love it when you have a moment of panic before the show. I was on the phone with a very important person, and you were like, come on, let's go. But no, I feel good about it. Are you okay? That's the question. You got your Bloody Mary. You went to Nando's Bar, which I think was a move. And what do you have in this thing, Mr. Food?
Nando,
you have everything, man. It's
long-time friend. He's been at bars and restaurants around South Florida
he makes
for
you
decades.
Feel good. Yeah.
And I'm going back with him. I'm going like 30, 35 years when Fran LaBelle was still down here. We used to go out with the crew, including the late Richie DePacio and Bonnie. If you're watching up in North Carolina, let's raise a glass to Richie. I know you're, it's a tough day, but I know he's smiling up in the sky with a racing form in hand and getting ready to just bet those.
You would have to have a direct connection to God to figure this Derby out also. I mean, I just was talking to somebody else. I was listening to a degenerate show on the radio. They have like a gambling channel now that they air down here out of Palm Beach, a station we used to be on, 1230. So now they air nothing but degenerate information all day long, which is great. And they had a handicapper on. So we talked to Kate Brader. You have your opinion. Polyman gave us his handicap, which is always worth listening to. Obviously, everybody has like some kind of thought on this thing. And of the 20 horses, now down to 19 that are going to be going to the post.
No, there's 20, right?
There was another late scratch.
Who, this morning?
Yeah.
Skinner's out. That's one of the wise guy horses that everybody's been
everybody
giving.
The horse Skinner that you guys were all into.
How about Lubie knows more about the Derby than we do?
So we started with potentially, obviously a field of 20 with 3 also eligibles. All the also eligibles
They're
got
all
in.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know what the line was on that. You probably could have bet.
If you
the
could have
odds
bet
on
that, you would have
1,
made money.
2, or 3 of the AEs getting into the race. All 3 of them are in, and then there's still room for one more. They should invite, have somebody come in like John Daly with the PGA that year, where he got in and he drove through the night and he won the damn thing, the PGA Championship. That one
there's
year.
a horse, long deceased, Tar Wedrap. I would put Tar Wedrap out of Calder Racecourse from the early '80s in the field there. And give it a shot. As much of a shot as some of these others.
Horse that I think
Mandarin Hero got in, the number 22. Yeah. King Russell got in, right? Is Russell?
They're all in. They're all in.
Everybody. They want to have 20 horses.
And it's going to be 19. There's going to be 19 horses.
And I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I got all my little sheets here. I've got my contest form, I hope, somewhere in here. Yeah, there's that. And then I have this here. This is a magical email for you. I brought especially for you.
What happened,
one of my cousin's friends, who is my cousin is a lawyer up in New York.
It figures.
Total degenerate.
He's a family of lawyers, Mayo. I mean, what the hell?
To an online poker league, and one of the gentlemen in the poker league is also an attorney, and he's a good thoroughbred handicapper. He's won several contests. He qualifies for the world, whatever they call it, NHC every year. This guy's named Mitch. Mitch every year gives this detailed analysis.
There's always a guy named Mitch that can handicap horses, right?
And what is Mitch like? Look at all these pages where he gives out how his formula works and what he's looking for. But he goes through the field horse by horse.
And he likes verifying?
And he ends up basically shaking down the field or crunching it into, contenders, pretenders. He threw out Forte.
Yeah.
And guess his 4 horses, the ones that he considers live.
Yeah.
It's actually now down to 3 because one of them was Skinner. Yeah. But the same as Polyman's. And is that scary?
That's a double dot
Polyman has to be respected. Look, the guy's great. He really knows what he's doing. He's been in the game since he was 3 years old. He's got to be approaching what? If I'm going to be 72, he's going to be like 75 maybe, or 76. But he's great. And
so look at this. And for people who don't know,
great feel for the Derby. Some people have it, some people don't.
Longtime friend and Defo show contributor that did the trivia challenge. For
Broadcasting
decades.
legend, yeah.
Broadcasting legend.
Yes.
Do the voice. People will know it if you.
Tell you what, Defo, I don't really have anything to say today, but if you can give me about 45 minutes, I got a few stories to tell. And then he would tell the stories, and
For like
nobody
an hour and a
understood them,
half.
but they were great.
Paulie Man made a rare appearance on your morning Defo show.
He was great yesterday.
And
yeah.
Yesterday, yeah.
his basically the way he handicapped the field is the same exact contenders as Mitch, and that scares me because none of them can coincide
That's
with
called,
mine.
there's a theory
It's
on
a
that,
double
Mike Mayo.
dot
It's called a
theory.
double dot theory.
Double dot.
Okay, where you have an idea, okay, about the race, which naturally you have your own opinion. You're a good handicapper. I respect your handicapping.
Terrible at the Derby, though. No.
Um,
Let me take it back. I've crushed a couple of Derbies in my time.
I've made money lifetime on the Derby. I probably cashed about 20 grand worth of try tickets. And there's no way that I lost 20 grand over my lifetime of betting derbies. But and that's just in the last, I guess, 15 years. We had some good ones. But Polyman is great. The double dot theory is somebody that you respect has the same opinion as you. So it's an affirmation kind of thing. And in this case, with the Polyman and your friend, who obviously is a respected handicapper of some sort or sophisticated, that they agree, they probably came to this by completely different methodology,
and yet,
which is good.
That tells you something, though.
But I have never seen anything like this, Mike Mayo.
so-
You've seen this where everybody has an opinion on the race. I have never seen such a wide
and then
variety
Rich
of
Strike
opinions.
wins at
Yeah.
80-1 or something like that.
But
last
you
year's
know,
winner.
that's cool when that happens. But I mean, you're
Yeah, but that's
you're
not
thinking,
right.
hey, what
That's rare.
is reality here? What really should happen based on past performance? And this is as wide open as anything I've ever seen. It's going to be magnificent if you can hit it. And yet it could boil down to 3 chalk.
Are we
That's
going
very
to
possible.
tease the folks, or are we going to give the horses that both Polyman and Mitch from New
At
York?
some point, I want to
No,
give
draw
it.
them out there.
Yeah, I
'Cause
want to give it.
Is the Derby
Well-
going to be the contest race? I would imagine it
Well,
have to be.
it's going to figure into the contest. We always
It's gotta be a
by
Gulfstream
by
race.
law we have to have it
Oh,
be
good.
centered
Gotta be a
around
Gulfstream
a
race.
Gulfstream race. However, this week's tiebreaker, folks,
No, always the
ladies
Derby.
because I'm sick of creating all these little slips and 11 and 15 people going in the
You don't
hat
like a
every
lot of
week.
extra work. You
No,
don't like
who does?
aggravation.
So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
week we're going to have the Gulfstream contest race, which is going to be the last race of the day on the card tomorrow, and it is
Race
called the English Channel Stakes. English Channel.
Oh,
Great
wow.
turf
Who
course.
would win
It's going
that?
to be a mile on
Diana
the turf.
Nyad. Did she swim the channel?
Yeah, she might have
I don't know.
with
Is
jellyfish
there a horse
attached
called
to her face.
jellyfish in there? Yeah.
So the contest race is going to be the 11th at Gulfstream, the
11th.
English Channel Stakes, a field of 10 3-year-olds going a mile on the turf. However, this week for the tiebreaker, the first tiebreaker is going to be give me the winner of the Kentucky
The
Derby. So it's going to be
Oh,
I'm going
yeah,
to be
yeah,
asking
break
for
it down,
So
two
you
yeah.
want that
horses.
in there.
Wow,
Okay,
wow,
you want
wow.
that in there.
I, I couldn't let
Why
the
don't you
Derby.
complicate it further and also ask who's going to win the Knicks series against the Heat?
You can.
And how many games
What
and
is
what
the
the final
point
score
total
will be in
gonna
the
be?
deciding game. Yeah.
of
And then get the restaurant.
All
You're,
right.
you're getting
I
carried away.
like the Derby. I'm
Do you
I'm
have a
actually
good
agreeing with
restaurant?
you.
Do you have a good restaurant this week?
I don't mind.
Well,
having
what's
to do three
today,
things.
Defo? I forgot to say.
It's
Cinco
Cinco
de
de
Mayo.
Mayo. Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de me.
Happy
It's
Cinco de
me.
Mayo.
How much
Cinco de
material do
Mayo.
you get thrown your way because people think you're like a Mexican restaurant?
I look like a Mexican
No,
restaurant.
You don't even
Yesterday-
like. How do you not like Mexican food,
He
Mike
likes
Mayo?
high-level Mexican.
You
He's not
Jewish
really
nebbish.
Mexican.
I mean, please. How do you not like Mexican food?
All right, you're putting words in my mouth.
Well,
I
that's
never
what you like to do. So I'm doing it back.
He
to
I
you.
never
Yeah.
said I didn't like Mexican food. I just don't go out for a lot of Mexican here in this town because I don't find it. Look, I've traveled the world. I've been
Oh,
to
Mr. B.
California.
Sorry,
Texas.
Lubie. I mean, we're just. Why don't we just take a
Ironically-
break here? Yeah.
Ironically enough, I haven't been to Mexico very much, except for Tijuana.
Yeah,
for the
Tijuana.
occasional
Well, that is
stopover
Mexico to me. Yeah, yeah.
and
yeah.
shows.
Right.
But
have you
no,
been to Agua Caliente racetrack?
I have not. That's
And
one
you
of the.
have not lived, my friend.
I
You
guess I have
lived.
not.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
No, it's
Agua
got to be,
Caliente. Doesn't
deceased
that
by
mean
now.
hot water or something like that?
Agua Caliente, yes, exactly. And that's what you're in if you go down there, especially if you have money in your pocket or are wearing any jewelry of significance. Good luck getting to the
So,
parking lot.
Maybe it stems from I haven't really traveled around
Who are these
Mexico.
guys rooting for?
I
over there?
haven't been. Oh, there was a
Churchill.
race at
Churchill.
Churchill.
Churchill's
I
going.
hope I'm alive.
Churchill went off.
I heard somebody yelling for
did
the
it.
7. I need the
I
7.
have the 7, but
Yeah.
who won? Yeah,
7?
but who won? Sounds
7?
like the 7.
Sounds like the 7. You gotta love the track.
Yeah.
It felt like a 7.
We're
Might have been a
winning.
4.
But
We don't
I heard
even
a lot
know
of
it, and we're
7s.
winning.
He's got a cigar. He's
7-4.
chomping.
I heard a
He's
lot of
He's
7s.
not watching it. He's
feels like a 7.
we're getting like
We're getting
more
fourth-hand
It's
information relayed in from the sidelines.
semaphore flags. We've got Morse code, semaphore
This young
flags.
lady didn't see the race. What are
Don't
you
see
talking about?
anything. We don't have any monitors here.
This gentleman represents everything. Is
Oh, he's such a tracker.
You know who won? Was it the 7?
this guy's the epitome of a
not yet.
racetrack
All
guy
right,
right
it's
here. I
not
love
in.
this
All right,
guy.
we're yelling,
It
we're
isn't happening.
screaming.
You
What
sound
do you
like
mean
a
it's not
tracker.
in? Who's this guy? He looks like he just got bar mitzvah.
He's a new teller here,
Oh,
and his
okay.
father was a big fan of mine. He recognized me
Get
right
outta
away.
here.
And
I
of
thought you
course-
were asking him like how you could beat
No,
the
he was like,
system
"Are you
somehow.
Mike Mayo?" And then I was like,
Wow.
"It depends. Do I owe you money? I thought I paid. I thought I
Paid
paid
off
the
every
The
tickets.
month.
worldwide recognition is really becoming overwhelming,
I said,
man.
do you own a restaurant? Did I ever give it a
Yeah,
1-star
exactly.
review?
Yeah, that's the panda.
Yeah, okay. I'm like,
Poor
When they
guy's
ask-
trying to sell some fried rice at a May's Kitchen, and you gave him a negative review.
all right, we're at it
Very well.
all over the place. I do like Mexican food, although I haven't been to Mexico City or Osaka.
He's like authentic. He likes,
But
the
I
small
like
corn
some of the-
tortillas
I
with
like-
the asada.
I like the mole.
Are you watching that series on CNN with
No.
who is the hot chick? That was on.
That's the proper way to
That's
describe
not a
the
great
travel
way.
host,
No, yeah,
the
no.
hot chick.
No. I mean, I don't know why I'm blanking on her
The
name.
lovely
Probably.
That's
lady.
the name of the new chicken sandwich shop that just opened
It
near
is,
me.
actually.
Oh no,
Chicken,
very
yeah.
popular. And what was that show she was on?
Oh, of course.
I have no idea what you're
The
doing.
one that she was on that
You're
we
not being
and this
specific
brings
on
me
any
She's
to-
level.
doing Discovering Mexico, like Tucci did with
Discovering-
Italy.
Sonia
which
Vergara.
I thought was a great show.
Sonia Vergara.
No,
Which-
it's not
No,
Vergara.
that's
Okay.
Sofia Vergara.
Well, who's the other very
You guys
popular,
are everywhere, boy.
No, that was a good guess, though.
Welcome to
Hello.
Dementia Central. I wanted to actually, because this brings me to a point. You
how
can't
can
remember
how can
her-
I blank on this name? I'm going to
that
feel like an
hot
ass.
chick from that show. That's of course we'll all
I'm
know.
like, I
We all
can't
know,
see that.
yeah.
When we go to a break, I'll
I
look at the
can't
chat.
see the
Someone
comments.
say,
She was going out with Tony
and-
Parker for a while.
Meanwhile, you've got
oh,
to
Eva
set up
Longoria.
Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria.
Jesus,
There
I was
it
never
is.
getting
Yeah,
there
yeah,
from
yeah.
the rest of your
You've
hints.
got
How about Lubie
monitor.
gets it from a basketball reference?
Well, that's how I was going
Yeah.
to get it. The other one. was
Defo has
useless.
Lubie has the monitor set up. I feel like I'm in a Stanley Kubrick film where it's like down this long
See, I can
hallway.
see us. I
Your
Like
just
in
name
The
was
Shining?
mentioned. Your name was mentioned, Mayo.
By whom?
That's in A Clockwork Orange. That's the famous line. Your
Your
name was mentioned.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes. The guy says, "Am I on the list?" And he goes, "Your name was mentioned." I
I,
was like, "That's not good."
I'm just thinking of The Shining and that hallway, the long hallway, because he likes to get the big shot so he could get all the background, and soon there's going to be live
Eva
racing
Longoria.
here.
You haven't watched that show?
Eva
I mean,
Longoria.
she is getting some bizarre, authentic Mexican food in various places. That thing with Tucci, I thought was great. I don't know why they
Tucci's
canceled
great.
that.
Oh, they did cancel
I
it?
like the
where he
good
was touring food places in
Pippin
Italy.
sauces. I like some of the moles. I'm not a big fan of this
Refried
cheesy,
beans,
gloppy.
rice.
Throw a whole bunch of cheese, melted cheese on top of the.
We know how you
refried
feel about hard
beans.
tacos, so you,
I
definitely
don't
don't
mean
like
to
that.
denigrate La Bamba. I know a lot of people who
Actually,
like
like
The
La
Bamba's
Bamba.
all right.
I
There's
like La
nothing wrong with the
Bamba.
Bamba.
And then we
Yeah.
have, the contest. I don't want to mention all the names of the
Yeah,
local
yeah,
restaurants
yeah.
because one of them might be
The answer.
the answer today.
I'm
But
guessing.
I want to get back to, because you couldn't remember the name, and it got me thinking, because a lot of times I find myself now where I can't remember things
But
that
you're too young for
it
this.
used to happen
I
right
haven't
away.
I have an
been-
excuse.
And so
I'm a
it's
lot
time
younger.
for
I
a
haven't been all
quiz,
the
okay? The quiz is called "It Happened This Year."
Okay.
Okay? Jeff Defo DeForest, who won this year's Masters?
Oh, Jesus.
Masters, John Rahm.
Oh, he's
See,
good.
Defoe's better than
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's
He's
why when he
good.
gives
I couldn't
himself
remember.
crap, I can't remember.
Who did the Dolphins play in the playoffs?
Well, that's
Buffalo
easy.
Bills,
Yeah, that was
right,
easy.
yeah.
That was
Okay,
easy.
he's
That was
good.
easy. I remember
Who
that.
did FAU lose to in the Final Four?
That was easy too.
San Diego State.
All right, he's good. He's good. Who
But
won?
this is our business. This is
Yeah,
the business
I remembered
that
everyone but
Lubie
Rob.
and I have chosen. You're out of this
Who
business now.
won? Okay, this is not this year, but in the last 12 months. Who won last year's Preakness?
Yeah, I have no idea. That I have.
That I don't
Yeah,
remember.
there's no way. Yeah, that I know.
I got him.
I didn't have
I
it.
knew it. Well, I don't.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
who won
we
Rookie
all-
of the Year in 1931 in the American League? Come
We're
on,
talking
Mayo.
about 31.
Yeah,
We're talking about
let's go.
last
I mean-
year's
Yeah, with the
Preakness.
Preakness. here
Let's
we
see.
go.
Oh, we got the stuff. There we go. Thanks, man.
No,
It
he
is
printed out a
7.
report.
Oh,
Oh,
I reeled
he
him.
nailed it. All right.
I
Look
reeled
at
reeled
him.
in my
Mayo.
double 8, 7-9-1, and the
That's
one
from
was
Ooh,
Churchill.
that would have been good. Look at the
Where
9 was a
tomorrow
bomb.
we'll
Let
host
me
a
see.
And this
computer.
horse pays $8.30. I need the 5 in the next
Let
race
me
for
see
a
if I'm
super
alive.
Well,
sport.
because I-
Churchill Downs,
I
right?
played
You
a
both have
double.
Churchill
Yeah,
Downs,
I
right?
went against in the next race.
Nobody
at
cares about
Churchill.
you
sorry,
digging tickets
Joanne
out of your pocket.
And
Sorry,
Green Eyed
everybody
Girl. Today's
who's
going to be
interested
very
in Cinco
heavy
de
horse
Mayo,
racing.
places you can go to celebrate, great Mexican
We're
food.
going to talk about these things.
Yeah.
Jeez,
I feel we're going to talk a lot of
we
horse racing.
still strung the
Casa
people
It
Casafrida,
is
you
what it
keep
is.
this in this place. It's good. I'm
because they
telling you.
wouldn't let me and Nikki do a show there
But you
last
shouldn't
year.
be biased by like one PR mistake.
It's not biased. It's like
You're
you know,
this. you're the guy that
I'm in the
criticizes
pay no
everybody. Hey, give him another chance. Bah, bah, bah.
I'm one of those people. I'm going to ask you one time.
Yeah,
you
he's a
say
hypocrite.
no the first
But
time.
you're the
there's
most
not gonna be
critical
a
of people who
second
do
time.
that. I mean, I see the way you
I hate when
crucify
people do that.
these poor Let's Eat South Florida people that go, oh, well, I had a bad experience there.
No, I like the
and
restaurant.
I'm never going back.
I go there to eat every time, but like I wanted to do a show there. I wanted to showcase
We might
because
still
I
get
I
like
think
there.
they would let you do it.
We can still get there.
Some people don't understand what this is.
Yes.
I explained it to
I
him
don't
very-
understand what it is. I mean, we've been doing it for 2 years. I almost said effing years. But,
Casa Frida does a nice job. They're a good
No, they're
restaurant.
very
one
good.
Of those
They're very
Mexican
good.
restaurants
You
I
want to get
actually
into the first
recommend,
hint?
and I'm not
Before
going to
a little
personal
pricier than like a
biases.
La Bamba
Before
or
we go on
a.
another
Don't
12
start talking
tangents.
about because one of them is going to be the contest.
Okay, so let's
So
not do that.
let's not.
Let's get into hints.
I wanted
La
then.
to
Bamba,
start
is that
getting-
really a chain or is
Yeah,
that a
there's
place
like
that
five
just
of them.
expanded?
There's like
I
five of
call
them.
it a regional chain where there's like
like 5 or
there's
6
like
of them.
7 of them all around.
Yeah, there's like a
and
bunch
that's
of
going to
them.
be.
Let me ask you a question. I had a
No,
question.
I want
on
to
this.
give the winners of
Hang
the
on one
Kentucky
second
Derby.
here. Just tolerate me for a second.
Okay.
All
Barely.
right, we were talking about Chinese restaurants, right?
Yes.
Oh,
We've done
Okay,
that a
and
lot.
I remember one of my favorites, and it started, I believe the original place was in Kendall, and it was called Canton Chinese.
No, we've talked about that.
And
place.
they had some great
Does it
dishes.
still exist?
They were also had a
There
location
may be
in
other ones that exist.
Miramar.
I don't know.
I'm wondering, are they still around? Canton Chinese, because they had
Didn't
a
we look it
steak
up?
dish that was
I
fantastic.
thought we looked it up.
Seafood waba, they called it, and that was great. And
Seafood
everything they had.
Warba is a kind of a classic at Chinese American places.
They did a great
I've
job.
seen it
They
at
really did.
a bunch
Yeah.
of places.
Yeah. Is
There's
that still
one-
in existence? Canton Chinese.
I have no
There's
idea.
one in
Because
Coral
they
Gables.
expanded and then
In Coral Gables, Canton
That's it?
Chinese restaurant,
Okay,
Coral
all right.
Gables.
There you go. You actually came up with a restaurant that still
It
exists.
does exist.
Maybe
Well, how did you never eat there, Mike Mayo? I mean, you're a
because I don't
Chinese
spend a
food
lot of
fan.
time in Coral
It was
Gables.
never in Miami.
But
I
no, they
never
had
went
the Broward locations
Canton-
also.
but
You weren't
I-
the food critic yet.
No, but I have my spots. I like a lot of Chinese restaurants around town. But today is Cinco de Mayo. It's not Cinco de Mao.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Mexican restaurants.
Let's do a hint. Let's get a hint. I like that was a nice.
No,
reference.
here
Let's
we-
get a
here's
hint.
what-
You're
People,
kind of
people,
getting on your
order-
game. You know what? Here, have
order
another
in
sip
the
of this
court.
thing. Yeah.
You're out of order. You're out of order. All right. I want to give the winners according to.
I can't believe the 7 won that race at Churchill.
It's going to be fun today.
He's
Yeah.
killing
That's
me.
what I'm
He's
trying to
getting
tell
revenge.
people. I'm not even trying to have order.
Mm.
I'm expected today to be insane.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, the
Okay.
people when you get
Since
back to the,
Derby
show. All right, do
is the
something.
tiebreaker. I'm going to give you people
Derby
not my
chances.
picks yet because my picks will come later. But both
They,
Polyman,
they can't be disregarded. I mean, they can't. be.
Polyman and
Yeah.
Mitch from New York says their winning candidates are Angel of Empire.
Yeah,
Parliament.
It's the number 14 horse.
a logical horse.
Even though he will be wearing saddlecloth 14, he will not be breaking from post 14.
See, that's the problem.
He'll be in number post 13 now
All
because everything is cut.
I don't know
around.
that really.
Actually, it'll
shakes me
be in
up, yeah.
it'll be in post number 12 now because 2 of them are moving in. Skinner, number 9, and number
Yep,
10,
yep.
also a scratch. The West Coast horse practical
Mad.
move.
Practical.
So everybody moves over 2 that's above 10 and
Yeah.
between 10 and 19. I'm not even.
In
gonna
other
get into
words,
that.
does it come with pasta, or do I have to order separate?
You want fries with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
All
so
right. Angel of Empire, number 14.
Does it come with pasta? How many
in your
times have you said
programs.
that in your life?
Number 2, verifying.
verifying.
Ooh,
so
I like
he
that.
needs to
Nobody's
win.
won from the number 2 hole in a long time.
Hey,
and he
right
still
there
is
with
running in the number 2
Tapatrice.
hole.
Right there with Tapatrice, the horse that you
Verifying.
love. I mean, absolutely love.
Verifying not 35 to 1, not 15 to 1. He's now, I think,
That
at
says 51
11
there.
to
Oh,
1.
wow, that's a low
that's
price.
high.
As of this morning, verifying. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 24 to 1.
24 to 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would get
24 to
it
1.
while he's high. Then
And again, these odds constantly
people like
change, and you
verifying.
get the price at post time in
Yeah.
thoroughbred racing. You can't
Oh,
lock
so
in
it doesn't
your
matter
odds.
what you do. Okay, it doesn't matter.
But again, this is from Mitch, Angel of Empire, verifying. Derma Soragate is Derma Soragake.
Oh, that's a
Soragake
Japanese
is
special.
the
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
horse number 17,
Right.
and
I
he
think
likes
Dr.
him.
Fauci is the jockey on
He
that
won
one. Yeah,
the Dubai Derby, the one over in
you know, I mean, if you respect
Dubai,
those results, he's a
and
viable choice.
very fast horse that has run big speed figures. So I don't know what Polyman thinks about that Japanese
Yeah, he didn't bring up
invader.
that horse.
There are now, I
no
think,
mention.
2
Yeah.
or 3 Japanese horses that are going to be in the field.
Yeah.
Japanese horse has never won the
Did you
Kentucky
have
Derby.
sushi last night? Maybe that would be an omen.
That could be an omen.
Yeah.
I like sushi all the time. But yeah, we've got Mandarin Hero also draws into the race, the number 22, another Japanese horse who's going to be in. But anyway, Mitch
You
says
should be doing a handicapping show. You're perfect for this kind of thing. You know? Where you just
4,
mention every
14,
horse in a
and
race and
17.
eventually say, well, there you have it, people.
Polyman also, if we're doing Polyman, like
Yeah.
Mage. Mage was another one.
Mage
Polyman
was
Mage.
another one you
Mage.
like, yeah.
runner-up in the Florida Derby
Defo has
to
talked about Mage.
the
in
horse that
past as
everybody
well.
suddenly hates, Forte, who has done nothing wrong in his career. He lost only one time. He has a good foundation. He's won some major stakes races at 2 years old, including up at Saratoga. He won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Keeneland last fall. He has done nothing wrong in his 3-year-old campaign, including winning the Florida Derby.
So who's your pick? Have you given anything yet?
I'm sticking with the Forte. Everybody loves to hate this horse. This horse looks like a monster. Every time he turns up in the paddock, he's like, he looks the part.
He looked great, man.
And he's well named. You know, it's been one of my contentions that in order to win the Derby, you got to have, you can't have a nebbishy name like Two Phils.
Two Phils.
All due respect to, our friend Phil.
Two guys at a deli ordering the smelts. You're like, what? We're out of smelts.
Phil runs the Visit Lauderdale Food Wine Festival.
Like
great guy. His father is named Phil. So he's like all in on Two Phils because him and his father are both named Phil.
I'm going to scratch that one off.
I might have to bet. I'm going to throw a couple of hunch play tickets on Two Phils, but usually
is there a horse named Dickstein in the race? Can we eliminate that one too? Well,
even Steven.
No, we love you, Steve.
Steven
we love
got
you.
even.
Oh,
No,
Steven
we've got Forte means strong,
That's a real name,
and he
yes.
looks really strong.
It could be the thing that you're really good at.
And the betting public
Forte,
is disregarding him. All my handicapping horse racing friends are throwing him out.
Well, it's chalk. They're not going at
chalk. 5-1 is not chalk. You can give me that all day. I'm not chalk.
Yeah.
I'm choking on 3-2.
I think
even
Horb
money.
won as a favorite at like 6-1 that one.
Well, that's what I'm saying is in the Derby, there's so many freaking horses that you can get the chalk at a good price. It's like a golf tournament.
Sometimes they're overbet, but not in this case.
I'm
that's
willing
for sure.
to die on a 5-1 shot that has
I'm
done
telling you why the
nothing wrong.
handicappers are, they want the super dog. Like that's what.
Everybody wants to be a wise guy and come up with something
obviously.
that's. And again,
you can't knock anybody this year. You really
my
can't.
wise guy
Whatever
play,
bizarre theory they have is relevant.
Leave out Pletcher, leave on a stretcher.
Yeah,
well,
so the
Todd
highest
Pletcher
price.
trains
You're going to
Forte.
box his 3 horses.
Todd Pletcher trains Tappet Trice,
really?
or Tappet Trice, who is the other
Pletcher
big
has
hot
two top
horse
horses.
that Kate and Bradar's picked this morning. She loves Tappet Trice. That's the 5 horse. And I say don't leave out the third part of the Pletcher contingent, which is the number 6 horse, Kings Barnes, undefeated, broke his maiden right here on this oval behind me at Gulfstream Park in January. Looked like a monster doing it. He won by like 12 open lengths. And then he goes to Tampa and he won like an allowance race there. And then he won the Louisiana Derby going gate to wire. He's 3 for 3. Does not have any foundation as a 2-year-old, which used to be a big deal. That everybody said, oh, you can't win the Derby without racing at 2. That has been laid to waste in the last decade. Justified did it, won a Triple Crown after not racing as a 2-year-old. Are you impressed with my horse racing knowledge?
I'm amazed. It's incredible that you got
right
out
off the top of my head.
Yeah, no,
I couldn't tell you who the Dolphins lost.
You know some history. Yeah, you can't remember what you had for breakfast. It was probably.
I know what I had for lunch yesterday because I was wearing it on my face.
Oh, that was great, man. How good was that, man? Thank you, Brian. That wicked
He did such a great job.
He always knocks it out of the park, doesn't he?
What a week we've had.
I think he made improvement to his chicken parm sandwich too, because now I would be a complainer on Let's Eat South Florida, but I was looking to bring home like a chicken Philly for the Mustang.
Yeah, he gave me the wrong sandwich.
I think he gave me the wrong thing. You got my chicken Philly.
No, he made 2 chicken parms.
Oh, okay. But I have to say that I had the chicken parm there before.
Than 2 chicken parms.
This was the beginning, the originals of the Lubie.
Yes.
And it was really good because I had the chicken parm there before, and this was a better rendition.
He and I talked about it. He used to put a ton of chicken, and it was really expensive to make, and it also was too much. So he's pounded it down like when you get at a restaurant.
It was really good, yeah.
And he's made it more like what you get at a restaurant.
So the thing is, if there was a horse named 2 chicken parms instead of 2 Phils, I would bet all over the up and down.
Wow, and that ice cream he puts out is incredible. See, I disagree with you. It didn't need to. You don't always need to have a criticism. The thing was fine on its own. It was great. It was delicious. You're like, hey, can I have a pretzel with this? I need some salt.
It wasn't a criticism, okay? He gave us this. He's making his own house-made ice cream at
how good was
Wicked
that?
Cheesesteaks. It had
how about hey Brian, this is great.
It had caramel. It had like toasted marshmallows. It had some other little like component. I forget exactly what he called the flavor. And I just thought,
it was really good.
If he crumpled up some of those little mini pretzels, like given
that little,
it would have been too much. It would have been too much. I
that's
disagree.
not called a criticism, Defo. It's called a note. I gave him.
It's called one-upsmanship. The guy put out something perfect, and you got to say, well, I tell you what, if you did it my way.
I'm going to find out something tonight, though, because Brian was nice enough to give me, not only give me, he made up these shirts of, Wicked Cheesesteaks, home of the Mike Mayo sandwich. Yeah. I'm going to wear that. I'm playing a poker tournament tonight at the Hard Rock.
I wouldn't identify myself.
He told me wear that shirt and it's going to bring me luck. So we're going to see what happens. So,
well, if the 5 wins the next race at Churchill, it brings me incredible luck.
I need the 1 and the 4, and I threw out Rich Strike. We got last year's Kentucky Derby winner is running in the next race.
A lot of great horses doing today on the card.
They have some spectacular cards at Churchill the next 2 days.
And they have a nice day
Oaks
going
Day
there.
today,
beautiful.
Derby Day tomorrow, lots of other stakes races, high-quality equine athletes coming from around the world. It's like we're kids in candy store because it just makes us giddy.
Couldn't be any nicer. Look how thick this racing farm is.
Give us a racing form. Give us a betting window, and we're raring to go. And I think it's time to start giving clues.
How about this contest?
I want the first hint.
I'm curious about the Mexican restaurant, if there is a Mexican one.
And we didn't even mention, this is the first show back here at Gulfstream since our triumphant lunchbox brunch bash.
That was nice. Thank you,
people. That went so well, Joe.
It was so well that it went so well that Andy landed. No, I mean, it had nothing to do with the brunch. It had to do with
my message to Andy is women weaken legs.
100%.
Well, he reconnected
1 weekend
with the
with
woman.
this Canadian
Next thing
woman.
I know, he was down in Miami for 3 days, and then he's in the hospital.
Right,
so.
Right.
You know, at the disclaimer in some of those commercials, like
he's at the Dollar Motel at Lachune, having the time of his life, and then the next thing you know, he's in Holy Cross.
We love you, Andy. We want you to get better soon. But you know, at those some of those commercials for some of those pills, it says, "Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex."
Exactly.
In Andy's case, the answer is no.
No. And he
no more Viagra, Andy. That's it, man. I mean, they're too old for this.
He just goes for it.
I don't think he needs the Viagra. I just think it's the.
He has health issues, and he doesn't care. So good for him. Just be safe. We love you.
You know what, Andy? We love you. We thank you for coming out.
At least he's going to go down swinging.
Winner. He is eligible again
it's been a while.
to enter and win. One of the rules in our contest, and they are posted on the Mike Mayo's Lunchbox Facebook page. Number 1 is 1 entry per person. Yes. So it doesn't matter if you send it from 3 different emails. If the name attached to it is the same, only the first one is going to count. Okay. Number 2 rule is that if you've won the contest, you're not eligible to win again for, I believe it's 60 days. Did we make it 60 days?
I'd make it like 2 years.
I thought we did 90 days. Because
it's on the Facebook rules. I'm going to say 90. Let's say 90
for 90.
days.
I don't know what you did.
So like Andy won the first ever contest back at the beginning of December.
Yeah.
He is now eligible. And it could be the quintessential move where, he's gonna enter, and he could win. He's a force.
And we do appreciate the turnout. We had a lot of people here last week. It was a really good time.
Yeah, it was great. And thanks to Joe B. Joe B is going to be down here in a minute. I'm sure. He did a great job. Hosting us and our group last week.
Very gracious.
Good, very gracious. And you know what? They're having a buffet for Derby Day tomorrow. He'll talk about these things. I think it's going to be $75.
Going to be spectacular.
And people are looking for Mother's Day activities. This is the perfect place to go because it's a restaurant that has all the room in the world. I mean, can you describe the how many tables and the space in 10 Palms? I
just like that there's levels. Like there's the level we were that's closest to the window. But then there's also that level that's up where Andy was, and it's spacious. And then there's a bar, too, if you want, because a lot of people like to sit at the bar.
But it's the length of like 3 football fields.
It's really big. Yeah. Because we didn't even go to the other end. There's that other end. I've been to events that were
I couldn't even make it to the other end. I would have run out of gas by then.
You know my measuring stick. If you see everybody having fun and they all got things on their plate that look great.
Are we still? Oh, I hope.
Yeah. No, don't get crazy, man.
I get a little verklempt when
you really
I forgot to go over the checklist today. Is it plugged in? It's plugged in. That's good.
All right. So where are we going with the clues here? You got the contest.
Okay.
Nobody understands
Joe
what's going on. Yeah.
Again, the 10 Palms Gulfstream Lunchbox contest. People have been loving it since December of 2022. And we are here for this week is going to be.
You sound like you're introducing the anthem here. Come on, pick it up.
He lost the page. He's like Doc Reno.
You're a broadcast veteran. You know
how do you feel about dueling anthems, by the way? That always troubles me.
She was very slow on the Old Canada last night.
I think it's the same one from the first game.
Same person
They're
can't
just having
sing
her
both
do every
anthems.
freaking game. I don't understand.
Well, no, because the way it works in
the Maple
hockey
Leafs.
is they're very superstitious. So the same person sings
but they lost
every time at
Why would you have the same person do the game you lost?
And it didn't do well for the Rangers. But
Kate Smith, God
why
bless
would you
America.
copy
Kate Smith
when you lose? I know what they had the little girl that he did that for you.
You should shake it up.
That 1 year.
They should have put Bobrovsky in to sing both anthems.
Don King used to have like 11 anthems played before the fight. You're like, well, he's originally from Nicaragua, now fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada,
and El Salvador.
by way of Guam. And so we have all of the national anthems here, and then we'll have a mariachi band to introduce Canelo Alvarez. So you're like, what?
anybody who had the over on "Oh Canada" last night won because she really drew it out. And I like a peppier version of.
Do you know
Canada.
the next line of that song besides "Oh Canada"?
Yes, and free.
He
We
knows it.
stand on guard.
It sounds like a rabbi wrote that song, though.
With a nasal twang.
It's always
What do I look like?
I don't even know if I could get to the clues.
You can get to it. Man.
He's killing me. All right, let's do it.
Okay, clue
Time
number
for
one.
this week's lunchbox.
How many people have stolen that? Oh, Canada is now being sued by Marvin Gaye's estate.
He's
They
suing
thought they
everyone for
ripped
every
off-
song.
They ripped off his song again.
Bitter as hell. They sue everyone for
Everybody,
every
yeah,
song. It's
everybody.
like,
That's just
Marvin
so
Gaye was
long.
great, but he didn't make every
There are
song.
like 2 beats in rock and roll. I mean, there's only so
Sharon
much
doesn't
can
need
happen.
to steal from
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye. Like, I don't understand that whole case at all. And he won, by the way, because it was ridiculous. With the
All right, what's the
Marvin
clue
Gaye
there,
thing was
Michael?
You think the song they would actually sue is that song "Let's Marvin Gaye and Get It On"? Isn't that like a song that somebody?
Well, that's the one. Yeah,
a lot of people have done it.
But
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran,
But he
whatever.
didn't do
He
anything.
probably ripped
He
it
beat
off.
the rap.
Yeah, but
He
he
was-
beat
he
the
did,
rap.
but
Good,
Yeah.
good for him.
And
I
it's
love
good
Marvin
because
Gaye,
he
but
said
it's
he was
ridiculous.
never going to record music or write another
I like
song
him. He's
again if he
talented.
lost. So
I was going to
Very
say something about the Knicks Heat series today, and then I thought, well, let me just listen to a Marvin
that's
Gaye
tomorrow.
song, and I'll steal that and hope that I escape unscathed. Yeah.
All right, can we get to
Hint
this?
one.
Get to the
hint one.
clues,
man.
Come
Seems
on,
like-
come on.
I don't know.
I think I know the restaurant before you give
Joe's
the
gonna
first
be
clue.
here.
'Cause
If anybody
I know
is
you.
out there
I
still
know you.
watching, thank you for bearing with us on the Lunchbox. We have a good time here. I hope you do too.
Sheldon Glass, a special law. He
Oh.
loves this show when it gets crazy
He's
out
a
in Las
king
Vegas.
degenerate. He's the freaking king degenerate.
All right. So once again, it's very easy. You email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia questions, along with this week. It's going to be 2 horse selections. I'm
Race
making
11.
it hard.
Race
Okay.
11
Yeah.
tomorrow. Race
Wait,
11 here.
So horse selection for this week's contest race, which is Saturday's 11th race at Gulfstream, and it's numbers 1 through 10, 10 horse field, the English Channel Stakes, along with, as a tiebreaker, the winner of the Kentucky Derby,
again,
numbers 1 through 23. There's numbers 9, 10, and something else is out. But just give a number between 1 and 23. And if you're the one that you pick is no longer running, you get the post-time favorite.
Play these same numbers in the Powerball that same night because it's going to be
So,
like 6 numbers. To
2
hit this.
numbers.
Yeah.
One is the Gulfstream race number is 1 through 10, and then the Derby is numbers 1 through 23. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. And you're going to email these answers and picks to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, not 12:01. Last week, somebody got it in right at the wire
Yeah,
at
that's
12
fine.
o'clock.
Did they win?
They didn't even make it in the
Yeah,
half. They had
yeah.
the wrong horse. But again, I'm very strict about that. If it's after 12:01, you're done. Okay, here we go.
One and done.
This Gulfstream. Oh, again, the English Channel Stick. Blah blah blah. This week's restaurant, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo with our friends south of the border. Hence, a Mexican restaurant. This week's clues: this popular Mexican restaurant with a catchy rhyming name started on Clematis Street in West Palm Beach in 2007, then opened on Las Olas Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and Delray Beach, Atlantic Avenue. It now has branched into a statewide chain with locations in Sarasota, Bradenton, Naples, and Orlando.
No idea. Jeez, okay.
No idea. Catchy rhyming name. That's the
I
key
got
part
it. I
of the
think.
clue.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it
don't
could
say
only
it.
be like one place.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
It's a name that rhymes. A
Thank you.
Mexican
I
restaurant
don't know
chain.
what-
You
I
don't
don't
know
know
it. Okay.
Mexican
We've
chain, I
got.
guess.
Should we
I
give the second clue?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
because,
We
Joe's
already
gonna
finished
screwed
the show
around for
here.
half an hour. Joe's about to be here, and I hate
It's like,
doing
come
this
on,
in
Mayo,
front of Joe.
focus.
Ah, Mayo,
I don't
get
need you
on
to
it,
focus. I
man.
expect you to
Jeez.
not focus the day before the Derby. I mean,
I
the
do
we're
have
on
a
air is
question for
amazing.
you about a Mexican restaurant.
Go
Since I
ahead.
now know. No, give the
Let
next
him
clue.
give the
The
hint,
next clue.
please. Please
Yeah.
let him give the hint.
Far be it for you to get me off the rails, right?
We try
That's
our
what we
best
do
to
every
make
day.
sure that.
He does it on purpose.
Yeah.
I am having so much fun. God,
That's the
I love
goal.
my life
You know,
right now.
you
Thank
really,
you so
really need
much.
more Bloody Marys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go,
No,
Bloody
I
Mary.
mean,
More
What's
catastrophes,
number
more
two
Bloody
say?
Marys.
and I'll
yeah.
be
Yeah,
hugging
we
and
don't
kissing
know.
All right,
everybody.
read
What
the
does
second
number
clue
two
here.
say?
The first one that gives it away for sure.
This restaurant is famed for its tableside guacamole,
Oh, yeah, it's over. Yeah, come on.
margaritas,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
more than 200 types of tequilas, besides its namesake item. The West Palm Beach flagship recently was visited by Guy Fieri, but not for his TV show, but as a customer, and he proceeded to buy and pour shots of tequila for the crowd.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say this: the guacamole, and I'm a guacamole guy because my California roots. I got into it there, and they have some real great stuff. And and not that they don't have good guacamole here at different places, but the Casa Frida guacamole was extremely well done. I mean, it was worth ordering for sure. A couple of chips, the guacamole, you were pretty much full. That was as good as Rocco.
Would have loved to have spotlighted that on the lunchbox for Cinco de Mayo last year.
Maybe
Well, maybe go back to this year.
rebuffed the
What was the name of the
advances
place?
of-
It was extremely popular. It was on the corner, Husan and Larry's or something like
Yeah,
that.
Husong and Larry's was a very
That was so
and
popular.
then of course
yeah,
there's
yeah.
the one
on Oakland Park and Federal.
17th Street, Carlos and Pepe's,
Yeah,
which would have
Carlos and
made for a
Pepe's,
good
yeah.
answer. It's still there. It's kind of a shell of its former
Yeah.
self. It's had some ownership changes, and but Carlos and Pepe's on 17th Street.
Husong and Larry's
Husong
was
and
so
Larry's was
popular.
Remember
yeah.
Senor Frogs? Wasn't that
Senor
down in
Senor Frogs
Miami?
is down here too.
Frogs.
Yeah,
They used to
yeah.
have
Does
them
that still
in,
exist?
Coconut Grove, there used to be a Senor
It was a
Frogs.
Senor
I think you gotta, you have to go on like Dixie Highway or something, or 441.
See, La
Well,
Union by
like-
my house.
Yeah.
He's
Some of those
like, La
Mex-
Union is like
La
real deal.
Union. Is you call it
It's La
Onion
Union.
or
That's just what it's
Union?
called. It's called La Union.
Onion?
La
It's like
Union.
Union. Like
Yeah.
the
The
Union.
Union. The Union. is what it's
And
called.
they have two locations
Yes,
out
they
there.
do.
One's in
They do.
Margate and one's in
In
Coral Springs.
Yeah.
They're both excellent.
That's real deal Mexican.
That's real deal
With the
Mexican.
corn things, with the carne asada, and they put the parsley on top of it, or whatever the hell.
You talking about the
ingredients of
Mexican street corn? Well, street corn is a real thing.
No. I'm talking about the corn
Do
tortilla.
they have tamales?
Oh.
That's-
They do.
Well,
they have
they
all,
do
they have
tamales, but they
everything.
do
like
super real deal
the,
Mexican.
the blue corn, like they on the camal is what you spread out and you make your fresh tortillas.
Will they
on
make
them.
you a machaca burrito?
I don't
Which is
know.
a big thing in
I'll ask
California.
him.
Machaca
I've heard of a
burrito. yeah,
Michigas
yeah.
burrito. That's something.
Yeah,
It's a
it was,
burrito with
yeah.
cream cheese and lox.
I
but,
think it had brains in it or something. I'm not sure.
cerveza. I like cheek and I like lengua, the tongue.
You like a lot of weird stuff. There's no question. Mike.
Lengua tacos are available at some of these real deal Mexican joints up in Lake Worth, along by like 441. There's a bunch of farms up there, and a lot of the workers.
I'm not sure I'm
Mexican.
going there to get a taco. I mean, it seems like a bit
You
of a
don't have
schlep.
to.
Yeah, maybe if you're on
I'm
your
up
way
there.
If you're
to
around
Orlando.
there, yeah. if you're like
All
around
right, I know you're not ordering the
we
the
gotta-
machaca
we
burrito
gotta
at
take break. I
Tropical
don't even know
Acres.
what time it
It's
is.
12:45.
The
We
show
need to
you
take a
may as
break.
well put all the
It's-
breaks together here.
A place you may not
No,
get
no.
Mexican there,
Just
but
do
you can get the
Yeah.
ingredients to make a good Mexican dish.
Yeah,
is Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
Yeah, I mean they've got all the components.
Literally everything
the
will make a
protein,
great
the
taco or
chicken,
burrito or
the
quesadilla, enchilada,
beef. You can even do a seafood taco
Yep,
with
yep.
fish.
camarones.
Some of the
they
white
got
Or the
your
seafood
camarones,
waba.
You
which
could get
is
some
shrimp.
cod,
Canton
flounder,
Chinese, yeah.
or sometimes also shrimp. Like the shrimp make great tacos.
Camarones,
I
yep.
like a shrimp taco.
Great
So,
shrimp taco.
Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
Oh, yeah,
is
that's
there
where you
for
go.
Carne
Okay,
asada,
yeah.
your
Wow,
carne
that's
asada.
everything
Yeah.
that you need for
You
your
got the
components for
carnitas,
whether
you
it's
got
a
everything.
The
Yeah.
pork,
for
yeah, the
whether
whole thing.
it's a Cinco de Mayo celebration where you're going to be making burritos and tacos, or a derby party where
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
be just throwing some steaks on the grill, or
Dips.
some burgers,
Dips are
and have
great.
some fish
I'm
dip.
going to
or
a derby party tomorrow. Very
You should
upscale
bring
derby
some-
party.
we
Yeah.
should've got
you
you
should
some
go
dip
get some
from,
fish dip
Delaware.
from Delaware Chicken and Seafood, because that is the perfect way to start a party.
Yep.
4191 North State Road 7. I love them. They they've been on the table for many Mayo celebration holidays, whether it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, and my birthday and Father's Day. I love going in
Look,
there
I mean,
and
you
get-
patched up the thing with the X.
yeah,
That
Yeah,
was
they
only
saved-
that was
that's because
only
of
done
Delaware,
through
yeah.
Delaware
That's
Chicken
because
the
of
Farm and
lamb
Delaware.
Seafood
chop,
Market.
the
Yeah.
We'll
lamb.
save
You had no
relationships.
shot, man.
Yeah.
You could have filed any number of motions through attorneys. You would have
No,
never
it
got
saved me a lot of
Yeah.
money. I mean, good high quality stuff, great value
Yeah.
considering you could offer olive branches with their seafood and meat selections, and a lot less than an attorney, even the
Yes.
cheapest of
Oh
attorneys.
yeah,
these
yeah.
days.
That
So,
cost me $6,000 for a bowling ball. Can you believe it? $6,000. What am I, Don Carter? I mean, what the
Gonna
hell?
say, what
it's killing me
T.
today.
Weber.
DelawareChicken.com is the website where you go online for their latest offerings, the weekly specials and the daily offerings, and whatever is coming in, the freshest catch. They'll list it all there for you on the website. Better yet, go into the store itself.
And they get you in and out too. If you have a busy day,
Oh,
believe
man.
me, I've never seen service as fast as
Their
Delaware
crew is
Chicken Farm
efficient,
Supermarket.
and again, people are just boom, boom, boom all day long.
The
and you
car
go
that
in there-
pulls into the space in front of you changes like 10
Yes,
times
yes, Steve
in
and
an
I are
hour.
like, what the-
We're like, what?
and amazingly enough, they're all good. They haven't actually run
Everybody's
into us while we're
happy.
doing the show yet.
Everybody that's carrying a bag comes out of there
They always
happy.
come out
That's
happy,
another side.
always.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
rare. You never
It's like
leave
they
a
have a
deli
bag
happy.
of money. Yeah, that they give 'em,
You'll
yeah.
be happy when you go to Delaware Chicken and
Great
Seafood.
spot. Yeah.
You go there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're coming back with more. We have the two clues out there on
Yes.
what is a Mexican restaurant for the Mike Mayo Challenge. You have to pick the winner of
Mexican
the what?
mini chain, actually.
It's like a chain.
What race is it? The 10th
The
tomorrow?
11th, the
The
11th,
11th and
11th at
final
Gulfstream.
live race
And
at
then
Gulfstream.
Derby is a
Tiebreaker may
tiebreaker,
not
just in
apply.
case.
Winner of the Derby, which nobody can come up with. So,
But again, it's going to be
yeah.
a tough enough Gulfstream race,
And
wide
Mike
open
Mayo
race.
Eats at gmail.com.
and
Mike
Mayo getting
Eats
recognition worldwide,
at
even
gmail.com.
from the clerks here behind the mutual
It's-
machines. Back with more in a moment from Gulfstream Park.
Do a double.
Beach Cafe. It's a South Florida landmark, and it's one happy restaurant right on the water. Tables literally on the beach. A place where you could dip your toes in the sand, kick back, relax with island vibes, tropical drinks, and live music daily. You know it. It's at One Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. And of course, it has Chef Chris Nealon and his famed Caribbean Floridian cuisine. With a huge menu with something for everyone. Seafood, raw bar, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, salads, deli specials, and of course, that famous Bimini bread. They've got a great staff that'll take great care of you. There's something to celebrate every day, open 7 days until late, parking available on site, happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. Go check out more at arubabeachcafe.com. Better yet, go in there yourself at Aruba Beach Cafe. Good food, drinks, friends, and laughter are always the catch of the day. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally, and they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back here on the Lunchbox. We're having a giddy, glorious day at Gulfstream. Get that alliteration. 3 G's. Giddy, glorious Gulfstream.
Now you're talking, Joe B.
We are
man.
joined by our friend, our favorite guy here, Joe Beja, Director of Food and Beverage. He just gets it done week after week. And Joe, welcome. I was expecting you in your Knicks jersey and your Bernard King
Here's
jersey,
to you,
but
mailman.
he kept it classy and dapper.
Yep, absolutely.
And what do we have here, Joe?
So
Lubie.
here's our margarita for Cinco de Mayo. We
Oh,
don't have a
nice,
lot of
man.
food, Mexican food on our menu, so I
Right.
figured at least I had the margarita.
Excellent.
And this is, believe it or
Lubie
not,
poached yours, but that's all right.
no,
I guess
that,
it was
no, that
his.
was for his. That was
Okay,
for him.
good,
No,
good.
I'm working, guys.
That's a
I'm
nice
good.
one.
I'm kidding. I'm just trying to get you riled up, Lubie.
That's a
But
good margarita.
anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
And actually, I was just telling Mike, it's our first foray into tap cocktails. I've never been a
Oh,
big
nice.
fan. Just unfortunately, I just never thought about the consistency
Right.
of one bartender making a keg of cocktail and vice versa and so forth. And
Keg
this
of
is
cocktails
yeah, it's
sounds
true.
like right up my
it's
alley.
fun. I mean, you should see a couple of friends of mine pre-batching for Formula One this weekend. It's funny when you make the big gallons of pre-batches, but
This hits the spot out here.
Oh, wow.
too.
That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah,
And
wow.
I'm not a big margarita / tequila fan because I had
Yeah.
an incident when I was 16, which we
Yeah.
don't need to go into all the details here. But usually I make a face when I take a sip of a margarita. This
Yeah.
one, I think I might down the whole
Very
thing.
smooth. Very
so this
smooth.
is
yeah.
a shout out to a company called Craft Standard.
Mm.
They're actually making kegs
Oh, yeah?
of
Wow.
the premixes, like a
Nice.
regular keg, but a thick, durable plastic, not the metal. And it's got a 6-month shelf life because of the little bit of citric acid that's in it. But they do mules, they do mojitos, they do margaritas. So I'm trying the margarita. It's very simple. You just buy the kegs, and they leave you about 6 liters of space to add in your alcohol. So
Beautiful.
this has about 6 liters of Haha Tequila, which is a tequila by the Chainsmokers.
It's a good
Can
mix,
I
yeah,
make a
yeah.
proposal, Joe Beja? Can we
Sure.
lobby the people at Churchill Downs to make like this the official drink of the
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby?
It's the
Instead of
official
that
drink at Agua
god-awful
Caliente.
mint
Yeah.
julep?
Julep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, any of the drinks, the margaritas, the mules, the mojitos, I think would be a fine replacement for that hideous. Just
Are you a mint
whoever-
julep fan, Joe?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
No.
glad, of course, Gulfstream and the Pimlico, they have the Preakness, the same parent
Do you
company.
have the obligatory
They-
mint julep on the,
they
on the
have
menu?
good
We do it for
drinks.
tomorrow.
All right.
As opposed to, not to denigrate any competitors or other tracks, and of course the Kentucky Derby is an American classic, but I defy anybody to show me who actually thinks a mint julep tastes good. As a food and beverage connoisseur, I'm just going to throw it under the bus and say, if you just take a bottle of Aquavelva, strain it on some ice with a little mint leaf, it's basically the same thing. So
I will say this, though. I was in a very good Mexican restaurant the other night, and this margarita blows away what they had as their standard margarita, which is
I
a
could
really
actually
nice
drink
thing.
this.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is very smooth.
Yeah.
It's tingly. It's making kind of my whole body get a little.
Yeah.
I think
we,
the
we
combination.
just started last Thursday, and by Sunday we blew through the 2 kegs that I had ordered. I wasn't
Nice.
sure what to quite expect, and we blew
Yeah.
through the 2 kegs of margarita. People were buying pitchers, which was
Well,
great.
and it's one of these
so-
margaritas where you don't have to switch off after the first one and go, why the hell did I order that?
Right.
Yeah,
No.
which,
Well,
that happens
I'm just going to
sometimes,
say happy Cinco de me. All right.
There you
Cinco de
go. It's your
Mayo,
day.
It's his day.
Mayo,
It's his
whatever
day.
it is.
Cinco de Mayo.
I'm thinking I'm going to take home the racetrack and the poker room tonight. It's going to be a glorious day and get ready for the. Now, let's get to the main event. You've got yourself a big day tomorrow.
Yes.
Tell us what's happening here. And then, boom, next weekend, you've got Mother's Day. So tell the
do.
folks out there how they can get involved. I know tomorrow's sold out, right? But tell us you've got the Derby
So
buffet going, right?
We do. So tomorrow will be obviously the Kentucky Derby. So we'll be opening doors of 10 Palms at 10 a.m. in time for the first race at Kentucky at 10:30. I believe our racing is going to start here about noon, about 12:15. We're going to go till about 5:45, 6 o'clock, and then of course we'll stay open until 6:45 when the
If I
Kentucky
come out
Derby.
tomorrow, can I drop by and say hi and
Of
just
course.
sit at the bar and have a drink? Yeah.
Actually, what we've done is we've closed reservations online. We are taking walk-ins for outside seating.
Okay.
Inside the restaurant is completely booked up, but we do have outside seating on the rail, and it's
You don't
covered.
have that facial recognition system where I don't have to prove my
Yeah.
citizenship or
No,
residency.
not at
I
all.
could come in and have a drink and maybe bet a couple of races
No, of
on the
course.
undercard.
And
That'd be great.
Yeah, we have a great buffet tomorrow. It is $75 plus enhanced buffet with the seafood station and the carving station and pasta station tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a great one.
And then you're doing your usual Sunday brunch on Sunday. How do you
Usual
do that
Sunday
back to
brunch.
back? That's a tough.
Kudos to
weekend.
my culinary team. They make it happen. They really do. They've
Yeah.
been
You
prepping
said
all
got
week.
1,000 people coming out here
I
tomorrow.
have
at least?
1,075 reservations for tomorrow.
Wow.
That's a regular
So,
Tropical
yeah.
Acres right there. That's
How many
something.
tables are in the parking lot? I mean, that's where I
They
would
got
be.
3 football fields
Wow.
out
Yeah,
there.
we do.
That's-
Actually, between total seating is just shy of 1,400, believe it
Wow.
or not.
That's a
But
full
we don't
house.
book 1,400 because there's some larger parties where tables get pushed together, and we don't want to have too much clutter going around.
You do things the right way. We saw that last Sunday for ourselves. Thank you again for that. The great.
That was like the most pleasant experience you could have at a buffet.
Especially with a whole bunch of strangers. I mean,
amazing.
It was great.
It was great.
We had a fun time. You did a great job. Thank you so much.
The omelet guy is fantastic too, and he was a survivor of. He said he started at 14 doing bar mitzvahs in Sunrise.
Yeah. Leroy. Leroy's been at our track now for 29 years.
He's great, man.
29 years he's been here.
Everybody did fantastic. Nothing but great feedback. That dessert station, 2 of them. You got the pastries on the one side, and then all the kind of baked goods and the croissants and the beignets. And
how do you feel about the guys like me that go by the window and I make a bet and then I grab like a little Italian pastry from that one table?
With your bare hands?
Yeah, barehanded.
Well, yeah, I mean,
as long as
Mayo is dangerous in that spot.
You can graze
it's not what you're looking
for.
It's not what you're looking for.
They do have those little, what do they call them? The tongs, the forceps, the whatever.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
We
tweezers.
prefer that.
Okay, all right. I was worried you were looking around the corner, and I was like, "Really, should I do this?" But I couldn't help myself.
You were well behaved, but you and Mustang were, you were both very well behaved.
We do our thing when we're here. I mean, we do our thing.
Good. They fed the slot machines a little bit, so they definitely enhanced the bottom line.
Mutual machines too also got fat
Mutuals
on me.
and slots.
Not that the track, they're not really rooting against you. You're not betting against the track. You're betting against the other schleppers that are here.
But it's all good. Let's talk about Mother's Day. It's coming up next Sunday. And
Correct.
What do you got? Is that fully booked yet? Or
not yet. No, we buffet is $65 plus.
Yep.
They include a mimosa. It also includes a rose for mom. And then we are right now at about 450 reservations. So we expect to finish somewhere around 750. That's usually the number.
That's a great idea. And I've been kind of pushing that on the Let's Eat group because so many people go to these restaurants that are over capacity, overstressed, overbooked. And it seems like you guys have it down pat where you've got the buffet. It would be a great change of pace for mom because you get something that's like scenic, overlooking the racetrack with the beautiful palms. You can actually, blue skies.
And maybe she can handicap.
And maybe she can hit a trifecta now and then. So I'm saying to people, and again, it's what, $65?
$65 plus tax and gratuity.
You can't get better value than that for an all-day buffet, and then you can actually make your money back at the races. How do people get involved or book a reservation for Mother's Day?
You can go on Gulfstreampark.com on our website and click on the link that is there for the Mother's Day reservations, and that can take you right to Open Table. And you could put in your reservations that way, or call the box office. Sorry, around the number off the top of my head.
Probably 457, something like that. But I don't know it offhand. But
954-457
food.
I wish there's a box office number. I'll know for next week.
And again, I think it's a great, great suggestion.
He had a plan, like a game plan. Did you know? Did people come in with like a game plan? He was like. While watching an NFL coach, he says, I'm going to eat this first.
Well, you don't want to fill up on the carbs first. You save the carbs for dessert. I went for the shrimp, the mountain of shrimp. As a former sports writer, it's my natural gravitational pull. I see that shrimp pile. I go, let me get that.
It was like Forrest Gump showed up at the buffet there, the way he piled these shrimp.
I got some of the antipasta, the beautiful cold cuts. That was round 1. Then round 2, and I said I was going to get the omelet, but by that point, it was already later in the afternoon. I said, to hell with the eggs. I went for the carvery, and I got all that beautiful beef.
That was good, too, man.
Turkey. So, again, protein, a little bit of salad on the side, and then had a couple races.
And 11 desserts.
A couple of races.
That was unbelievable.
I got to thank Twee again. If you're out there watching, you kept sending over drinks. I appreciated that, and it actually sharpened my handicapping skills. And then by the end of the day, I just dove into that dessert platter, and it was like carb. It was great. That dessert, everything on that was on point, especially those little chocolate stuffed like croissants and things. So, job well done. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. My team does a great job. Kudos to my culinary team.
Man, you managed to come up with food nonetheless. I mean, look at you, man.
Here we go.
Oh,
it says my phone
look out,
is blown up. I have no idea what time it is. It's going to explode. What time do we got there, Lubie?
About time to go,
third clue, of course. You'll probably know this. We're doing Mexican for Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
First clue was this popular Mexican restaurant with a catchy rhyming name started on Clematis Street in West Palm in 2007, and then opened locations on Las Olas in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, Delray Beach. Now has a statewide chain with locations in Sarasota, Bradenton, Naples, and Orlando. And what happened there?
Five ball, man. I
you
hit it.
You hit it, and I got nosed
Oh,
out.
I got everything.
My
I got pick threes. I got the whole thing.
He's
yeah.
happy
Look
at
at that.
Churchill Downs. I'm in the middle of clues here, and you crushed my
This is
hopes
more
and
exciting.
dreams.
Yeah.
What'd you hit? How much you hit for? All right.
Good.
All right. You had good? All right.
Yeah.
Good. Next drink's on you. Although I'll say this
Next
restaurant
drinks on Joe. What are you
is
talking
famous for its tableside guacamole, along with margaritas and more than 200 types of tequilas, along with its namesake item that it sells lots of. The West Palm Beach flagship location recently had a visit by Guy Fieri, not for his TV show, but as a customer, and he proceeded to buy and pour tequila shots for the crowd. Do you have an idea of what the name of this restaurant chain is? All right. Third clue is the chain is named for its founder, who remains involved, and it's owned and operated by Big Time Restaurant Group, and they also operate the Louis Bossi restaurants along with other restaurants like City Oyster and I guess Big City Tavern down on Las Olas. So those are your clues. That should do it for you. I've got quesadillas in my line of sight, and we got to take our next break. Tropical Acres is a good place to go this weekend, too, and also Mother's Day. They might be booked up now, but give them a call, and if you can't get in there for Mother's Day, go in this weekend. They're open Monday through Saturday. They have the greatest in steaks and chops, and soon it's going to be Twin Lobster time. 2500 Griffin Road, 954-989-2500. See if you can still get in there for Mother's Day. They're going to be open that Sunday, 1 to 8 p.m. with a special menu. And again, I love them. They've been around since 1949. The Studio Alley family will take great care of you. You can do a double that day. Come for a brunch at Gulfstream, play a couple of races, and then have a little bit of a dinner like at 6, 7 o'clock with Mom at Tropical Acres. That's living right there. TropicalAcres.com for all the latest events. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right. Compliments to the chef. Literally, Joe Beja, tremendous job last week. Everybody had a good time. And it was one of those things, like an eye-opener, like, why don't I do this more often type of thing. So congratulations on that. Thanks for stopping by. And once again,
what do we have, by the way?
You've knocked us out of the park.
Quesadilla, the lone Mexican item on our menus. Chicken quesadilla, actually. And then I brought a Reuben sandwich, which is always popular.
And the wings are very big.
They're lemon pepper wings. So.
All good. All good Derby eats. Everybody out there, we'll be back in a minute, but enjoy the Oaks Day, enjoy Cinco de Mayo,
and every sandwich.
Derby. But not yet. We're
not there yet?
We're not done yet. Joe, thanks.
Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back on the Lunchbox. We're having a blast out here. Defo hit all kinds of action at Churchill Downs.
Yes, yes, it's a good sign.
Doubles.
Good sign.
His
from
5-horse crushed me. I had the 1 horse in the double.
The one ran second.
Yeah, that's not good enough for me.
Yeah, but the 4 to 3 to 5 shot off the
I
board.
don't want, nobody cares, but I'm glad that you won.
Oh, they care about your poker exploits. Oh, geez, I was up 2,000 and then I lost, and I can't believe my friends all won.
Very happy. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even mention my friend E, who had just won 20,000, finishing high in the big event.
And he won again.
He won a PLO tournament and a bracelet, whatever they give away, a trophy, and $15,000. He's taking us out.
So
next
where are
week.
you at, man? Now, come on.
Where am I at? I'm nowhere fast, but I got a
is that?
beautiful
Great.
quesadilla.
This Ruben is really good.
Ruben's
You would
great.
have to
And
say
since
that.
you're cashing tickets, the next drink is on you. My friend.
Listen to this move. You talk about a guy pulling a move from Let's Eat South Florida. He says, I'm buying that drink for you, Defo, which like the wine's like $4. I give the
Yeah,
guy
it's
like a
nothing.
$3 tip, whatever. It's $7.
Yeah.
All right. So then he says, I'm paying for it. Then he turns to me and he goes, hey, you got any 5s or anything? And I'm like, wait a minute. You just bought me a drink. I got to pay for it now?
One
and
of
then?
the big topics on Let's Eat is proper tipping etiquette.
It's not even
And-
proper tipping. This is like, just a schmink move.
I paid your drink, right? A wine.
You had
my-
hundreds. He had a stack of hundreds, Lubie.
Well, that, I gotta say,
A
for
stack
poker
of
and horses.
sticks.
And
He got me to pay for
no,
the
the tab
drink.
was $17 and change. All I had is 20.
All right, yeah, no, you had to give. You had to
we
agree
know
with
Nando a long time. You got to give him at least
No,
the
no,
$5.
at least a
you got to give him
$5
5.
tip on
So I
that.
didn't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the
yeah.
5. All I had was
All right.
hundreds. Excuse me.
Understood.
being
I'm sorry. I
successful.
apologize for questioning your
And,
integrity as a schmuck.
and it reminds me of the joke that I think I told here before, but we'll leave with it this week.
Yeah, you might have to save that for Monday because it's like 2 o'clock already, man.
No, just
What
gonna
are you
say
doing here?
the guy who's going down the strip in Vegas, and he looks up, and there's a
You hear
guy
that music?
who's panhandling. He says, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I really need. My wife is desperately ill. She needs surgery. Do you have any money that you can possibly give that to me?" And the guy just looks at me and goes, "I'm sorry, I can't give it to you. You're just gonna go and gamble it." And the guy looks at me and goes, "Oh no, I got gambling money."
Enjoy every sandwich, everybody.
Contest.
Enjoy it, man.
MikeMayoEats@gmail.com. Send the winner of the 11th race 1 to 10 at Gulfstream. Send me a number winning of the Derby 1 through 23. Send me the answers to the trivia questions of restaurants. By noon tomorrow, you'll be hopefully rolling in the
Mike Mayo eats
rolling in
gmail.com.
dough at the whatever it is, 10 Palms brunch
Yes, yes,
buffet.
yes.
Yes, of course, Joe Beja. We love
They do a great
10
job.
Palms.
You're so God, man. Enjoy every sandwich.
that
I mean,
Derby.
including this Reuben.
Enjoy every quesadilla for
Yeah,
Cinco de
yeah,
Mayo,
yeah.
every margarita, every Reuben
Be safe out there today,
sandwich. Have a
please.
great weekend, everybody.